Hey, hey there. Welcome back to the channel. Today, as you may see, we got some snow and it's cold, so this is gonna be a quick video. We're gonna throw on a radiator hose and in an attempt to get the brakes fixed, we got a new master cylinder with the plungers, push rod, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna try to get that bench bled, thrown on the truck. Not gonna drive it today, obviously, snow. We will see if we have a pedal though. We'll go from there. At some point, I promise I'm gonna stop taking videos of me popping this hood, but it's just funny. I apologize for the break. The holidays, you had Christmas, New Year's. I got sick. Weather, it's put me behind a little bit further than what I wanted to be, but we're trying to make the best out of it. Like I said, today we're going to be doing radiator hose, master cylinder. So let's break these master cylinder lines loose. I spray them down with PB Blaster. Back and forth. We'll be lucky if we don't have to get any heat out to heat them. Well, the first order of business, well, I guess rather the second, is to get your push rod bolt off of the brake pedal. You've got your brake light switch on the same bolt, so be careful when you take that loose. Then, you're going to come out here after you get your brake lines off. Luckily, they came off. 9/16, hit these two bolts, no booster, so it's pretty straightforward. In the power of time and bad editing, we got it off. Chuck that piece of junk. You're not going to need it. Then you're going to grab your new one. The one I bought comes with two different size push rods. We need the longer one. Put your push rod in, put your dust cap over, and movie magic, it's back on the truck. Well, you win some, you lose some, and I lost the brake battle today. I guess I should have been smart enough to I should have checked all my brake lines to begin with. I bench bled the new master, and well, hope you guys see the problem anyway. But I mean, truthfully, it was a shot in the dark, and you know, it don't make a lot of sense to spend a lot of money on this. I don't know, I just wanted to drive the thing up the road and be able to get out of first gear. But I'm guessing when we get to that point, we'll have to do the same thing we're doing with this truck right here. It'll have to get all new metal lines and whatnot. So really, it ain't that big of a deal. It's just a few minutes of my time. I should have checked before, but you know, I got excited. We are, however, going to do a cold start now. It also just occurred to me that I'm a bad host. When I was talking about bench bleeding earlier, put the master cylinder in a vise. You flare your pieces here. You make big C's. You hook this up to the master cylinder with your flares, loop it back into itself, and you sit there and you pump the master cylinder. You bleed the air out of the master cylinder. Instead of doing that on the bench, I put the master on the truck, used my pieces I made here with my flares and my fittings, the fittings for the master cylinder, screw them in, back into itself. I sit in the truck and just hit the pedal, because you can do it either way. You can do it on a vise, do it on the truck, whatever works. You just make your little pieces. We're gonna do some cold starts. I'll cold start this one, cold start Pawsome, Willie, Cotton. Without any further ado, give her some choke. Geronimo, bring the thunder, whatever. personal favorite, Pawsome. 360 4-speed, 71. It's all around a good old truck. It's been a pretty good while since we've messed with this one. Over a month, I would say. In the words of Vice Grip's Garage, bring the thunder. We're gonna get a battery with a little bit more juice. This battery may not be any better, but take 2. After it's been running, easiest starting old truck we've got. Okay, here we have Willie. It's a 68 F250 truck. Someone's put a dually rear end under. It's got a hydraulic thump bed. It's got a 300 inline in it. It shouldn't be in it. It should have had 360. Boy, there were some real engineers that put this motor in this truck. We'll try it anyway. We'll get the jump box if it won't start. Like I said, 300 inline truck. It was a fuel injected motor. It's got about a foot of pipe after the manifold. HEI, of course, make it run since it's fuel injected. No provision for a fuel pump, so you've got to have a auxiliary fuel pump. She's cherry. Hydraulic dump bed runs off the PTO. The plans in the coming weeks, we're gonna take the flatbed off, scrap it, it's junk, it's rotten. Put the sandblasted bed on it, you know, single wheel rear. I don't know at this point if we're gonna try to save the cab, find another truck to body swap. Enjoy some raw, unmuffled 300 inline fury run. So as far as Willie goes, we're going to ditch that 300 inline. I'm going to try to find a 360 or 390 to go back in its place. The 300, I'm not happy with how it runs. Pawsome, we're going to leave Pawsome alone. It's our 74 F350 Super Camper Special. The 460 automatic truck. In the near future, this tired 460 is going to be coming out, getting swapped with a mild built 460. We're gonna put a set of gaskets in it because it's been sitting for a while. But the other motor's set up for electronic ignition already. See if it'll start. I have no clue. I've not messed with this truck since back in October. I've got a picture. I'll look at the date. Anyway, let's see if it'll start. actually today, I don't have high hopes for this one running. This is my 1967 F100. It belonged to my grandfather, and I have a set of DJM drop beams for this truck, the shackle kit for the rear. This motor came out of a 71 Mustang my dad had, and it had been rebuilt. My grandfather got a hold of it. I'm not sure what all he did. It ran in the car. It never really ran in this truck. We'll give it a try anyway. May as well, we've started everything else. I need a hood. Beyond the hood, the rest of the truck's in pretty good shape. You will see me putting a cab mount and a driver's side floorboard in this truck in the future. So, with the help of the mighty screwdriver, timing's not happy. It don't like the 4-barrel. Well, I'm surprised. I really didn't expect it to do anything. Anyway, there you go. 5 cold starts today. Sorry for such a hodgepodge video. You know, when the weather decides to cooperate with me, we got a little bit more in-depth stuff coming. There's a thing or two in line. I'm going to get started on cotton, because I think the motor swap will be pretty straightforward. Should be simple. Like I said, this truck's getting drop beams, a shackle kit, so it's getting lowered, getting a cab mount, getting floorboards, and eventually I'm going to try to find a roller motor to swap into it. Coming up after that, a full suspension swap on something I've not talked about yet. I just wanted to come on here and close this video out. So, neglected to mention, I've got a 5-lug swap I'm about to do on my Fox body. I've got a whole front end rebuild, a TTP rebuild on my 90 F150, 4-wheel drive of course. So we've got those 2 things coming up. So thank you for watching, thank you for liking, subscribe if you want to.